We'll go back again in the video. I have a question. How did like how did the golden weapons even get their powers? Does it translate from the ninja? Like if the elemental master of speed took the nunchucks of lightning, would it turn to the nunchucks of speed? Or if the elemental master of shade took the fire, the sword of fire, would it be the sword of shade? Like the or shurikens of ice could turn to shurikens of amber, or the side that quake could easily become the side of energy, or the side of, I don't know, the side of poison, the side of smoke, the side of and forms, the side of ice. Like does he like if you touch the element, like example, I had the elemental power of, I don't know, gas. If I touch one of the elemental weapons, would my power just go into it? But then if one of the characters touched it, would it, or it, how do the elemental weapons get the elements? And furthermore, how did the elemental, however the elemental weapons got their energy? So I remember this one episode in Lego Ninjago where Lloyd didn't have his powers and the ninja had to send their power to him. But since Lloyd only had ice, earth, fire, and lightning, why did Nia say, I'm gonna give her power? Like, why? I don't get why Nia said, I'm gonna give my power. Because he only takes 4 elements, not 5. And also, again on the point, however the elements got, how did they brush off to Lloyd? Like, and also, where does the golden power come from too? Like, I get the true potential and everything, but when the other ninja got the true potential, and also, I like in the plot season how Jay unlocked the Spinjitzu. I like how we found out fighting skeletons was just like the course, and just like, oh, Spinjitzu. But how did they just forget? Like in Possession, they learned Airjitsu. Like, I don't know. In season 10, they could have used it. So Cole could have used Airjitsu to get on the plane. But I think did they forget it, or did the whoever wrote it just say, oh, you know what? We're not gonna. They just needed Airjitsu for that one season. Like, it would have been like taking out Spinjitzu. Like, I feel like they need to hold a weapon. They need to hold a weapon for Airjitsu. Like, I don't know. And also, how did Sensei Yang even? How did they even make Airjitsu? This is just like, oh, jump as high, like, and then you can go into this tornado kind of thing. And how did they even make spin? How did first elemental? How did they even make Spinjitsu? Did they like spin, and then your element comes, and then boom, Spinjitsu? And how did they even make forbidden Spinjitsu? What's the difference between Spinjitsu? Like, I get forbidden Spinjitsu is stronger and it could corrupt you. Okay, I like forbidden Spinjitsu because you can have all this power, but then it has a consequence that it will corrupt you and turn you evil. But what if you're already evil? Would it turn you more evil? Like, example, if Vex held the scroll, would it turn him like more evil than he already is, or would it just turn him good? Like if Garmadon held the forbidden Spinjitzu as like he held it as a child, but like now, like his evil form, would he turn good, or like would it make him more evil and more corrupted and everything? And also, how did how did it if no one could hold all four of the golden weapons, like no one in existence can. Samukai has 4 hands, and Garmanon has 4 hands. And if Samukai held it before, it proved him, then how can Garmanon hold it? And also, how the heck if the golden weapons were just gold, since they're all combined, and if you hold the gold, couldn't you not, like, how did you even how did you even make the golden weapons into golden weapons? I get it. And also, the time blades, how did it suck the powers? How did it suck the power of time out of the time twins? Like, it could suck anyone's powers. Like, if you touch the elemental master of smoke or ice or fire or, I don't know, energy or something like that. Like could it just suck anyone's powers or just the time? And also, was there an original energy, or was this energy because of the golden weapons? And even if there wasn't an original energy ninja, if there was no Lloyd, then how would Master Chen's spell work for the Elecondred? Because there needs to be all the elements. And also, how did no one there realize Chen was evil? And that Skylar was his daughter. I'd be like, a basic question is, how old are you? Who's your parents? Like, what's your name? Like, they don't do any of that. They just like, I'll go to the rooms. Like, how does Chen know all their elements? And also, like, I don't get how they don't introduce themselves. Like, what's your name? What's your age? Like in our society, when we meet someone, we ask, what's your name? Like, when we know them more, we like, who's your parents? Like, when they ever do that? And also, when they all get the elemental dragons, how does the Master of Metal, Karloff, fly? His dragon is made out of metal. Shouldn't it just, like, not fly? Like, how? And also, when they say they have all the city, was there an original energy ninja? Or was energy just, like, because of the golden weapons? And how did the golden weapons even like since metal, since anything could rust, would the golden weapons rust or anything? Like, you put it out in the rain? And another thing I don't get is, since Moro is the master of wind, and wind is an element, shouldn't Chen, like, he's like, oh, I've never seen so many elements. He didn't have every element. He didn't have the elemental element of wind, or destruction, or even creation, because then that would be all the elements. But he only had, like Master Chen, he made no sense. He gathered all the elemental masters. There was still wind left. There was creation and destruction. There was probably more missing elemental masters. Like, he probably just wanted a new generation of the and also on the elemental master of how did Wu even turn into a baby? Like, how? Oh, yeah, he went to the time vortex. So, if I went to the time vortex, since I'm 11, I would still be, like, I would have went all the way back to when I was in my mother's womb. But Wu, he's like 10,000 million trillion years old. I think he should have at least turned into a teenager or something. Also, I like how it was, I like how they didn't realize the baby was Wu, and also how Cole named the Cole Jr., but then they realized it was Master Wu because Like, I would just be like, boom, that big Beastmaster rule. Lloyd is just sad because her roommate was evil. You can't change her. Yeah. Anyway, see y'all later. See y'all next time.